Toyota's 2.5-liter hybrid system earned its reputation by delivering impressive fuel economy without sacrificing long-term reliability. It has powered millions of vehicles, including versions of the Camry, RAV4, Highlander, Crown, and several Lexus models. But even one of Toyota's most trusted powertrains isn't perfect. Under certain real-world driving conditions, some owners have encountered a weakness that deserves closer attention. It doesn't mean the entire system is defective, and it certainly doesn't make every Toyota hybrid unreliable. However, Toyota's latest engineering changes show how the company is refining the system's hardware and control software for better efficiency, smoother operation, and improved durability. In this video, we'll explain what can happen, the driving conditions that may trigger it, which vehicles could be affected, and what Toyota changed in its newer hybrid system. Most importantly, we'll reveal what current owners and 2026 buyers should check before making their next decision. Let's begin. Toyota's 2.5-liter hybrid powertrain combines a naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine with multiple motor generators and a power split ECVT. Unlike a conventional CVT, this transmission does not use a belt and pulley system. The result is responsive electric assistance at low speeds, smooth urban driving, and strong fuel efficiency without relying on a turbocharger or a highly stressed engine. Toyota's conservative engineering helped this system build an impressive reputation among taxi operators, commercial fleets, and high-mileage drivers. However, installing versions of the powertrain in larger, heavier vehicles and adding electronic all-wheel drive introduce greater electrical and thermal demands. This is where the discussion becomes more complicated. Certain Toyota technical updates and owner complaints have involved components such as high-voltage connections, hybrid system cooling, and control software. These concerns are not experienced by every owner, and they should not be presented as one universal defect. Their causes can also differ by model, production year, climate, and operating conditions. Extended mountain driving, repeated hard acceleration, high ambient temperatures, sustained heavy loads, and towing, where officially permitted, can force the gasoline engine, inverter, battery, and electric motors to work harder than they would during an ordinary commute. The electronic all-wheel drive system is especially important to understand. Instead of using a traditional drive shaft to power the rear wheels, Toyota's E4 system employs a separate rear electric motor. This design reduces mechanical complexity and allows the vehicle to engage the rear wheels only when additional traction or acceleration is required. But it also means the rear motor, its high-voltage connections, and the system's cooling and control strategies must operate together correctly. Coming up, we'll separate documented Toyota updates from online speculation, identify the vehicles potentially involved, and explain what owners should inspect before assuming their hybrid has a serious problem. The rear electric motor is not necessarily the source of the best documented concern. On certain Toyota Hybrid AWD models, attention has focused on the high-voltage cable connection leading to the rear motor generator. Because this connector is mounted beneath the vehicle, it may be exposed to water, road salt, dirt, and repeated temperature changes. If corrosion develops inside or around the connection, electrical resistance can increase and communication with the rear motor generator may be disrupted. Depending on the severity, owners may encounter hybrid system warning messages, diagnostic trouble codes, reduced hybrid performance, or loss of electronic all-wheel drive assistance. The problem can be difficult to diagnose because early symptoms may appear intermittently. A vehicle might operate normally for days before the warning returns. However, an intermittent fault does not automatically prove that the entire hybrid system is overheating or operating beyond its design limits. Proper diagnosis requires reading the stored trouble codes and physically inspecting the affected connection. Toyota addressed documented cable corrosion concerns through revised components, technical guidance, and customer support measures in certain markets. Later cable assemblies incorporated changes intended to reduce moisture and corrosion exposure. Coverage and repair eligibility can vary considerably by model year, vehicle, region, and identification number. It is important not to combine this documented connector issue with unsupported claims about widespread inverter overheating or universal software failure. Those are separate systems and require their own technical evidence. For owners, the practical lesson is straightforward. If an AWD Toyota Hybrid displays a hybrid system warning or stops delivering rear-wheel assistance, don't immediately assume the battery, inverter, or rear motor has failed. Have a qualified technician retrieve the exact trouble codes and inspect the rear high-voltage cable connection, especially if the vehicle has regularly been driven on salted winter road. The original design was not fundamentally unreliable, but its exposed location left the rear high-voltage connection vulnerable in environments where moisture and road salt are common. Toyota's revised cable assembly was intended to provide better protection against corrosion, not to increase the performance of the hybrid system. Software can modify how and when the rear motor engages, limit output when a fault is detected, and protect the drivetrain after abnormal conditions appear. However, software cannot repair a corroded connector or prevent moisture from entering a poorly protected connection. That requires a physical improvement to the cable and connector assembly. This distinction matters because the best documented concern is corrosion, not general heat buildup throughout Toyota's entire 2.5-liter hybrid system. Increased resistance can generate heat at a damaged electrical connection, but claims about widespread inverter overheating or a special thermal management calibration should only be made when supported by a model-specific Toyota bulletin. The 2019 to 2022 RAV4 Hybrid AWD is the vehicle most commonly associated with this particular cable concern in North America. Similar hybrid architecture in another Toyota or Lexus does not automatically mean it has the same defect. Model year, connector design, production changes, and regional conditions all matter. Owners should not panic or immediately replace the cable. Most vehicles will not experience a failure, and replacing expensive high-voltage components without confirming the diagnosis could waste thousands of dollars. Instead, check whether Toyota has issued applicable warranty extensions or customer support coverage for your vehicle identification number. If a hybrid system warning appears, ask the technician to retrieve the trouble codes and inspect the rear motor generator cable connection for corrosion. The real upgrade is not extra horsepower or better fuel economy. It is improved protection at a vulnerable electrical connection, helping preserve electronic AWD operation and avoid a potentially expensive repair. Hybrid specialists recommend starting with your vehicle identification number. Ask a Toyota dealer whether any warranty extension, customer support program, service campaign, or revised cable assembly applies to your specific model and production year. Ignoring visible corrosion or a hybrid system warning does not guarantee immediate failure, but the condition can worsen. A damaged connection may eventually trigger warning messages, disable rear electric motor assistance, or require an expensive high-voltage cable replacement. Never attempt to inspect or repair these orange high-voltage components yourself. Toyota addressed the documented concern mainly through technical guidance, revised parts, and extended support in certain markets, not through one universal recall covering every 2.5-liter hybrid. Therefore, claims about a required inverter software update must be confirmed with a model-specific Toyota bulletin. So, is Toyota's 2.5-liter hybrid still worth buying? Yes, this cable issue does not erase the powertrain's broader reliability record, but buyers should verify the vehicle's repair history and confirm that any applicable work has been completed.